Rise and shine. It's 12 o'clock Friday and we started a new area. Just around that corner is where I picked up the 8 shilling in silver a couple of days ago. I've been doing this field. Very good soil, but not any coins. So this is the new project. And these satellite photos are really handy. We are situated right here now. That little island is those trees. Obviously you can't cover a whole area like this in one day. That's why I use a marker pen. And I mark out the areas where I've been. That makes it a bit boring because you have to walk in a pattern. And suddenly an activity that was supposed to be like an impulsive exploration kind of funny thing starts to suspiciously look like some kind of methodological labor. Minutes later we have our first old copper coin. Now we have a dilemma. Water, ruin it but maybe identify it, or try to save it at home with olive oil. Choice: water, ruin it. If it can't stand water, it's not worth anything. It's not worth anything anyway, but it's like a value to have a well or a semi-well preserved copper coin that you can keep and that you at least know what is. As you can see, or not, it has a shield. The crown, that's the crown, that's the shield. Inside the shield is the lion. I think I see a C or XV. I think this is a Carl the 15th. And it's a 1 shilling. 1 shilling. I'm not going to ruin it further because I think maybe this one has some potential. Maybe if we take it home, we can save some of the details that are attached to the cover itself. And there is number 2. It's very thin. I don't give him a lot of hope. Let's try to identify him. We're 10 minutes away from the last target. Still in the same area, still in the same corner. It's very thin. Let's check it out. Okay, this one doesn't have the shield and the lion. It has the monogram of the king. I suspect this is Frederick the 6th. That means it's a 2 shilling from 1810. But it's in terrible condition. It's a good sign because now we know we are on a field that hasn't been broken recently. It hasn't been cultivated recently. Some of these fields in this area was cultivated in the 50s. So I marked the find on the map. That's where we found the first one. Now we are a little bit more, I think that will be west, and I'll mark it there. Why? Because in 900 bears from now, or let's make that 1800 bears, that means in 9 months, I have a register. I have an archive where I can, because there's so many fields, I know which fields produced and which didn't. So, and it's also cool when the farmer asks, he always asks, oh, where did you find it? You can show him that you take this seriously, and you can show him where and what you found. So let's add number 2 there and write 2 shilling Frederick 1810. Funny. I've started on the other half. Just as I came back to my rucksack, which I use like the dividing line, this one was screaming at me. It must have been lying straight under the surface under these corns. It's very thin, very hard to identify. I think we have another Frederick. Where is your father, Frederick? And where is your silver? Come on, man. Now I'll be damned. This one I almost didn't dig. It was so iffy. It was so iffy. But I dug it anyway. Normally I wouldn't dig that signal. It was definitely not a screamer like the other ones. This can be a 2 öre or a half a shilling. Let's have a look. And it's 2 öre. You're still one of my favorite coins. 1917. I was just not expecting to see you here, Håkon. And this is bronze. And you know, 1917, 1860. It's amazing how much, maybe the technology improved. At least the text and the details doesn't fall off. They get worn down and covered by patina, but they don't fall off like they do with the older coins. Some expert in minting probably knows why. I don't. I don't know why, but this side, I mean, this side of the island produces more modern coins. Another 2 öre. Håkon the 7th. The first one wasn't 1917, it was 1937. This one is, well, it's before 52. I'll find out later. So, two öres on this side so far. But we're nearly done, and then we have to pick another site. Okay, we finished. We spent 3-4 hours on this area. It's about, I reckon it's about 100 times 100, 10,000 square meters. And we got 5 or 6 coins. All the old coins was on this side of the patch, and here we found modern coins. 1910 was the last one. Now we still got 2 hours to hunt. I suggest we cover this area. We go on the, I think it would be the west side of the southern side of that island over there. So let's go. So I finished the passage. It's been painfully uneventful. 1 musket ball, and now we have another copper. It was way too loud a signal to be silver, and I don't think this is a 2 öre. This looks more like half a shilling. Let's destroy it. Impossible to identify, but from the size I would say it's a half a shilling. Where's the silver, man? I mean, we made two shillings in silver, smaller than this. If you can lose this one, you can lose the silver as well. New landmark. It's that electricity post and my bag. I'm working my way to the forest. When you get tired, it's nice to walk short distances, because then you know you walk in a straight line, which I have no intentions of doing in about 3-4 hours. Right, we've been at it for 6 hours. Walk my way, and I managed to do half of that part as well, but no luck. But we did find 7 coins, and 5 of them from the 1800s. That was cool, but no silver, unfortunately. But we've got plenty of land left. So, right, back home. Sorry for all the background noises. I've got a dishwasher and a washing machine and what have you not going on at the same time. You see any difference? Yes, I managed to clean up the place, and now I've got my own little storage. My flotilla, different waders, sailing pants, very good for winter time, neoprene, drive wader, detectors, bicycle, all the stuff. So now I have the dive equipment. Things are starting to fall in place. I appreciated that I cannot make a hunting video and a king video at the same time. So, and I also appreciate that not everybody likes to hear me babbling about kings. So let's complete this video with today's finds. Here is some copper coin that I'm trying to save in olive oil. I think it's a hopeless project, but it's an ongoing experiment. But let's have a look at today's finds. I managed to identify them. Let's take them one by one. And let me also say that I really appreciate more and more detectors including a little salute with a beer at the end of their videos. That's a very important part of our hobby. Now, I don't know the... I don't take these finds as they come along, because I think out in the fields sometimes it's hard to identify. So at least I know we have a 1 shilling 1820 Carl John the 14th, and this is the coin. How do I know it? Well, by purchasing one that's never been in the ground. It's much easier to identify this one. I know this is the same one, 1820. And I can also enjoy watching them how they should be, because if you only have coins like this in your collection, you're gonna get bloody depressed. So we got a 1 shilling 1820 Carl John the 14th. Moving on, two of the coins we found today was Frederick VI, 2 shillings 1810. Quite hard to identify them. But since they don't have the king or the shield, only the monogram, you know that you're talking older coins than 1814. How do I know that they are Frederick? Well, this one I found, this is a very good copper find. I was a little bit too aggressive cleaning it. I was drunk, I got greedy, and I wanted to have it better than it was, but it was actually quite good until I started using a well, too much material. But anyway, I know that this is 2 shillings Frederick, and this coin helped me identify it. So that was two of the finds. Okay, 3 of them all together. And then we found a small coin, and I know that this is half a shilling. How do I know it? Because I bought half a shilling 1841, and this is the other half shilling that we made, but it's too big to be that one, but it fits this one perfectly, and I found many of them in the area, so I know that this is most probably 1840 or 1841. That was the other find. And then we had 2 Håkon the 7th, 1 1937, 1 1910, 2 Juarez. So that was the finds of the day. No silvers, unfortunately, but a lot of copper coins, and we got to cover a good area. We still have a lot left, but we did a good job. I can the next couple of days now I can relax knowing that I've done a pretty good effort. And I've bought another coin on an auction from Kjetil. That makes it further easier. I really recommend you to do this. If you find a lot of old copper coins, buy someone. They're not expensive. They're like 300 crowns each, maximum 200 crowns even, depends. But buy the nice ones. You know, buy the good condition ones. Okay, that's it. I'm checking out. I'm gonna have a couple of more beers, and then I'm gonna prepare a video about Norwegian kings. If you want to, stick around for it. If not, watch another video. Regardless, happy hunting, and not digging Norway, checking out from the land of kings and bullshit. And the pictures in between is a special greeting to my friends in New Zealand who seems to have some kind of preferences with regards to excrements. Okay, enough bullshit. I'm checking out. Have a nice weekend. I won't. I'll be writing an EU paper.